I think you can go
Exactly.
Hey, y'all might want to relax.
Mics is hot.
The mics is hot.
I like it.
Mics is hot.
That's fine because you already know I got some questions.
The mics is high.
Is it toxic when your mama tell you was a one night stand baby? And I said my daddy ain't never been a baby.
I don't know how you got all that.
Hold on a second. Wait a
How is it toxic if that is my situation?
All you're doing is seconding what I'm saying by adding the why it's toxic.
No. Because you don't know.
Right? Because you don't know. You're saying this is the reason why you might say it and why it's toxic. I'm just saying, to me, it's toxic.
Do you give a girlfriend you fucking a girl you fucking a label?
Alright, we live, excuse me. Woo. Really it is.
I don't know about it, but I'm not gonna call her mom. I'm not gonna say, hey mom.
Alright, y'all.
Sexy mom.
We about to get started.
You can't say everything.
We do. Hey. We about to get started. Can we pull it in, please? Please and thank you. Yeah, you can do whatever you want on there. We want truth. We want truth.
Juice out.
All right. Welcome to the Social Flex, everyone. This is our last episode for the season. We like to welcome y'all. I am one of your Social Flex hosts and guides, Sierra Tompkins. I am 42. I am currently single. And I'm figuring some stuff out as I am being single. Yeah, that's about all I got to give today. The host with the mostest.
I am Carlisa Turner. I am 42. I am widowed. That's it, because there's nothing else going on.
We ain't gonna be truthful today.
That is the truth. What's the truth? By all means, air it out.
Any other episode you say you're willing to date.
I am open to dating.
Willing to dating?
What does that have to do with it? I'm open to dating. Does not change my status.
It's the Social Flex. The name of the show. The
Toxic. Today's episode is
toxic. Today's episode is toxic.
There we go.
Beautiful lady.
I'm Angel Morris. About to be 41 in March, and single. Just living life and enjoying every fucking moment.
Handsome gentleman.
I'm Robert Randolph, and unfortunately, I'm single too.
Oh, here we go. Go ahead, boo. Go ahead. Let it out, baby.
That's all I'm going to say, though. I'm just going to pass it.
Your age? Do you want to tell your age?
I didn't want to, but you just put the pressure on me.
No, I mean, you don't have to.
What you mean? I'm 44. You can't back down. Yeah, I got to say it.
I mean, why not? We'll talk about that later, because I need to know why you can't back down after that. But that's another conversation. Beautiful lady.
Selena, I'm 40 and I'm dating.
Okay. Handsome.
I'm Cool Ass Reese. I'm 51 and fly.
Okay.
130 to 30 and up boys. Host of the Cocktails with Cool Reese podcast. And we got another podcast, Smoked Out Shout Out podcast. Your boy Cool Reese.
I need to get on them podcasts.
Yes,
Sir.
Comedian Al Boogie, what it do? Another member of the 30 and Up Boys, Smoked Out Shout Out podcast. That's fire coming soon near you. And then we got Cocktails with Cool Reese, my man right here. And I'm 43 and I just got engaged. That's what's up.
Congratulations!
I'm trying to get like you.
Cool cow. What up? Cool.
Yeah, cool Cole. I'm from around here, 41. I'm single. Ain't looking to change that.
Damn.
Honestly.
Yeah, that's a lot of relationships. That's wild. But
Okay, great.
I respect everything. So yeah, I'm open to whatever happens, but I ain't looking for that specific.
Okay. Sir, at the end.
I'm in it.
I mean, you gotta be in it. You ain't gonna be here. I ain't trying to leave you out. You in the room, so I ain't trying to leave you.
Me? I'm comedian Tom Montana, young captain of the 30 and Up Boys. I complete the trio in the building. You know what I'm saying? Smoked Out Shout Out captain. And I'm 41 and I'm taken in all ways unless it's about money.
Okay.
All right.
In all ways, unless it's about money. All right,
I like that. Why not about money?
so we're going to do today's episode a little different. We're going to go through all of the slides first before we hop into the conversation, because I want to give everybody like a context to kind of bring some of these conversations in. So the first one,
Oh, was that me? My bad.
she the one dating.
Oopsie.
Hotline bling?
Actually.
Hotline bling?
Go chat right
So it was Best Buy. Yeah, Best Buy. Sorry.
So
It was Best Buy.
The first slide reads, toxic relationships occur when one or both people prioritizing love over the three core components of a healthy relationship: respect, trust, and affection. A relationship is toxic when your well-being is threatened in some way, emotionally, psychologically, or even physically. So that's the first slide. That's just giving y'all a little something to think about as we go into the next slide. The next slide is 9 signs you are in a toxic relationship.
Interesting.
Say 9 times.
9 signs. The 9 signs.
Yeah, read you about it. What about the knife? We don't do about 2 of them. We don't have
That's
knives.
a cat.
So-
That's what I'm saying.
You don't get a cat chat.
We don't nine my ass.
sports.
Three, you are
So,
out here.
The first one is that they...
I like toxicity. So.
Hold on a second.
Hold on. They always bring up your past and judge you with it.
Ooh.
That's the first one. They are controlling and won't let you be yourself. They are selfish. Everything is always about them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about your feelings.
Right? Yeah.
They want you to make them a priority, but they don't make you a priority in their lives. It is difficult to communicate with them. They never apologize for their mistakes.
Man, who told you about my ex-wife? Man, bullshit. I'm fuck about it. Man, who told you about that? Bring 'em my ex-wife.
They make you feel guilty when they are in the wrong. The last one is you never seem to get anything right when it comes to them. Everything you do is wrong. So those are the 9 signs of toxic
Like I said, that's either narcissist or having narcissist traits.
No, she was saying the signs is meaning that these are signs of a toxic relationship.
Yeah, so those are like, if you're in a relationship and you're seeing these signs, then potentially, if that's something that you want to set your mind to, that's a toxic relationship.
So it's basically a distraction.
So
Somebody just called me a narcissist.
the next slide we're going to get into is basically kind of seeing the differences between a positive relationship and a negative. Healthy signs and warning signs is what it's called. I'm gonna just
Go ahead.
healthy signs is having open communication. You're able to spend quality time together. You share values. You have mutual respect, realistic expectations, ongoing support, strong sense of trust, making shared decisions. You feel safe. You accept each other. You have fun. You have healthy boundaries, mutual affection. You enjoy time apart. You have healthy disagreements. You feel a sense of belonging, and you inspire each other to be better. Warning signs or guilt trips, withdrawing from affection. They isolate you from your friends or family. They use money to control, have unreasonable jealousy, ignoring or excluding you. They refuse to communicate. They gaslight or manipulate you, consistently put you down, humiliates or embarrasses you, says, I love you, but uses threats or intimidation, blames you. They compulsively lie. They name call. They use force to control you, regularly criticizes you, or threatens acts of violence or suicide.
Damn, this is like therapy. Shit.
That sound like Ike Turner.
I tell you what, I can't wait to meet his
spending money on me.
So-
But you know when you cross money, I'll be stuck with her for about 4 years.
I got two more to get through.
That part.
The next one is a slide that basically breaks down healthy, unhealthy, and abusive. So in a healthy relationship, this means both you and your partner are communicating, you're respectful, you're trusting, honest, you're equal, you enjoy personal time away from each other, you make mutual choices, and economically and financially you're partners. Unhealthy is not communicating, you're disrespectful, you're not trusting, you're dishonest, one or the other tries to take control, you are only spending time together, you're pursued into pressured into activities, thank you, and you're unequal economically. Abusive is when you're communicating in a harmful or hurtful or threatening way, you're mistreating, when you're accusing the other of cheating when it's untrue.
Is that on there?
Yes, it is.
Okay. It's personal.
Yes.
That's
I thought it was personal. I just wanted to make sure.
Denying their actions are abusive, controlling and isolating their partners from others. One slide to get through, and we'll go ahead and open this. So part of being in a toxic relationship, if anyone has been in a toxic relationship, you might be able to relate to this.
I will.
It's walking on eggshells. Never be able to anticipate the person's mood. So you walk into a situation and you don't know if they're going to be happy or sad or whatever their emotions is. Their silence puts you on edge because you assume you did something wrong. So I guess the assumption of thinking that you did something wrong when they're too silent. Tiptoeing around their emotions to avoid a blowout. Not feeling as though you can be authentically yourself around them. You silence yourself because speaking up always backfires. And you resign yourself to losing and always being at fault. So that's the last slide. So we'll go ahead and we'll open up the conversation, and I kind of want to go back to the one slide where it mentioned about accusing the other of cheating when it's untrue.
That was personal.
I mean, it was personal too. I heard a lot of ooh. I heard a lot of ooh on.
I felt like that was
that.
You said it like I said.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
I got a testimony.
Not a testimony.
I always do.
Let's hear the testimony.
No. It's long story short. Long story short, I bought a house, and he wasn't a part of that process. So the day that I got my keys.
Hold on, rewind.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I'm shortening all the details, so don't worry about the juicy stuff.
We got to get to the juicy stuff.
So wait, y'all.
People got lives. It's only hours.
We just want to be direct in information.
So were y'all were in a relationship?
Yes.
A situationship. I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to say it's a
We were in a
relationship.
relationship. At the time, it was just a
relationship.
Huh?
How long was y'all in this relationship?
Relationship,
Situationship.
back to relationship, situationship,
No, I'm
back
just saying,
to
but to the point where you bought the house, how long were y'all dealing with each other up until the point you bought the house?
7 years.
That's a relationship.
And you didn't share the details of what you was doing?
Well, the thing
Right.
is, they should have been able to do that together.
No, we talking about being accused of something that I didn't know.
Okay, yeah, well, let's go. Yeah.
Please.
Break her down.
I mean, we can get to the scientific sugar and break down the sugar, but yeah. So, boom, got the keys. Now, mind you, he was salty all day because I didn't let him come to my closing. You're not going to come celebrate and be in the team if you wasn't shooting in the gym, period. So, that
Were
day...
you shooting the gym? Was he able to shoot the gym though? Or was he unable to shoot?
Let her finish her story, bro.
It's a valid question.
I mean, it is.
I'm talking about just other stuff.
Okay.
When it came to the house, he wasn't shooting in the gym. Period. All right. So boom. I had the signing was almost an hour and a half away drive. So I'm driving to my house. I didn't want to stop nowhere else. Had to go to the bathroom so bad. I ain't gonna lie. The whoops on myself. went into my new house, went to the bathroom, did what I needed to do, cleaned up, everything was cool, grabbed my stuff, put some stuff in there, and he called, said, hey, can I come to the house now after everything? Yeah. Come to find out when I got to the house, mind you, nobody was there. There was a cigar ash in the toilet, and it looks like the shower was freshly used. So my assumption.
Wait a minute, Tams.
Ho. My assumption. It's crazy. That's why I'm trying to fast forward. So my assumption was that the owner went to the house, celebrated with a stogie, probably fucked this bitch, and left. Okay, that sounds pretty reasonable for a black man. That's young as hell. Okay, cool. So I tell him all this. He sees all the evidence of what I see. And from that point forward, he thought that I had sex with my realtor the entire time he's living there, staying there. I mean, every day like, it was to the point where I was thinking about calling nigga, what's up? Like nothing happened. So come to find out, 8 months later, found out that my neighbor seen his girlfriend kicked the door in the day of signing because they was
girlfriend.
The guy that I was buying the house from.
Okay.
They were 2 hours late. Didn't know they was 2 hours late because baby mom found out, kicked my door in. That was going to be my door. He was fucking some other bitch in the house.
This is a lot.
It's a lot. But this is what my neighbor is telling me that she's seen for her own 2 eyes. But it was 8 months later. So imagine for 8 months you getting accused of sleeping with somebody that you bought a house with.
Damn, fucking neighbor, you could have spoke up a minute ago.
I mean, from the beginning,
Tell me about it.
You ain't shit.
New to the neighborhood.
Tell me about it.
You like that?
Oh, yeah.
You like the
We had words the first day.
So for me, that seems like,
Is that why you?
and this is just my opinion, that the communication was off in general.
Yeah.
For that, like, when we look at a lot of these slides, the main thing they say repeatedly is communication. So
that's not how I got that. What I got from is he needed the upper hand. And that was a surefire way to get it. He knew it was going to grind her gears. It was going to get under her skin. And so he used it as a tool to get her going.
Yeah.
Well, couldn't it be the opposite of he needs the upper hand, or he might feel below her because she just bought a house and he couldn't buy the house?
But that still means you went between.
He feel below her. Yeah. The cigar ashes. You don't smoke cigars.
I'll say D all of the above. I won't because now she's salty because I'm accusing. Because most people, when they know they ain't do shit, that pisses them off.
Yeah.
Now you feeling guilty. For some people, it's a psyche thing. You put in their head. Now I'm feeling guilty, like I did some shit, but I did do some shit. But here's a little gift to shut you the fuck up. But you keep coming with this bullshit. But now you in the house as a fucking big oversized baby Huey because you ain't, like you said, ain't putting nothing in the court. We ain't talking about fucking. We putting about finances, money, support, any of that shit. You ain't do none of that shit, but you sit here fucking with me all goddamn day about some shit I didn't fucking do. So if we was genuine, we communicate. That's half the problem. Communication is the main thing that breaks down everything.
So, and then the other thing about that is, you know, somebody once told me, when somebody telling you that you doing shit, they the one doing it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
My daddy said that a man's accusation is his sin. That's what my father told me.
Oh, I like that.
My dad said that.
It was your house. I don't even know how you even let a person question you in your house.
I'm just.
Right, that's what I'm putting on it.
Hold on, first you go
Hear me out.
Sometimes.
Let's expound on this.
Agree on this.
Let's
That nigga question you in your own house.
in my house. You accuse me? You need to go down to that front step, the sidewalk, then make the accusation. That's
From the street.
Down there.
I can't hear
Somewhere
him.
over there.
No, I cannot hear him. Thank
No,
you,
you want to
Bob.
slip out of the house. I feel all that. You wanted, like you said, you want to have the court in your court. You bought the house. If he gonna keep in on that bullshit, you can get the fuck out.
Here's the funny thing about get the fuck out. It's a cute theory. It's a cute theory.
Just give me 2 seconds. I am trying to be a woman that is allowing my man to be a man in my life. Regardless if I had the power to be the homeowner or not, I was trying to allow him to be the man and be a leader amongst us as a team. But he just did not and could not respond and exude that in that situation.
Well, that's
Can I
the
speak on that?
toxicity of it
Wait,
all.
no, the
You're
thing
trying to
about it
inspire
is-
somebody to be what they ain't.
No.
Nigga, that's it.
You
That's
like to
toxic.
do that.
You want him to be like you said.
So,
I want him to
here's
be a
my
man.
thought
A
process
man,
on that.
you say, I come ahead.
Here's my
we
thought
gonna
process.
live here as a man. Most
Whoa.
men, a man.
Mooch. Wait,
Robert.
1 second.
Toxic. That's
1 second. So here's my thought process on this. So a few things happen with this. Number one, you made a big girl decision. I would like to buy a home. And again, in that decision, there were probably some conversations. We've been together for a gazillion years. I think we need to buy a home together.
And I currently sit at a home that's bigger than what I need.
Was y'all married?
No, so that's part of it right there. Part of that right there was y'all were not married, so I don't feel like he felt the obligation to step into those steps with you of buying a home. Okay, I'm still going to do this. This is something that I want for me. I'm still going to buy this home, whether you come stay with me or not.
So it should be. If we ain't married, you should be able to get you a house. We ain't got to discuss this shit.
But I wasn't done. Hey, I wasn't done with the thought process. The thought process says that is she upped him, agreed. I went and bought my house. Now, as a man, in some instances, men feel like
ego.
Yeah, that ego kicks into play, and now I gotta prove something to you because you bought this house. Now I gotta prove. And I ain't got nothing to prove. So guess what?
So then that makes you feel inferior instead of superior. That's what I was saying to her.
Yeah.
Like a person might feel under you, not over you. She felt.
But it's toxic.
It's definitely toxic.
He definitely
the toxicity of that
did.
is
He
so
definitely
bad.
did, toxic. Even though I verbalized what I just said.
Can I ask a question?
That I was trying to make him the leader.
Group question.
It's not a question.
You can't make
Since this
somebody
is the road we rode.
You can't make somebody what they ain't.
Hold on, I have a question though.
You were the king of the house.
Just for context, when the conversations were being had about the purchase of this home, was when he decided that, I don't know if he decided, did he decide that he didn't want to be a part of the purchasing process?
Right.
That's my first, because I got a couple questions here. Did he decide that he didn't want to be a part? Hold on.
Okay.
Yes or no? Did he decide that he didn't want to be a part of the purchasing process?
The option to
Did he decide that that's something he didn't want to be a part of?
Wait. Because it's not. It's a loaded. That's a loaded question. Because it's not that loaded. Not that loaded. The answer. Hold on. No. I gave him the option, so he had the option.
But did he want the option?
He verbalized that he did. He did not seize the opportunity with action.
Hold on. So my next question is, So, because we're going back to actions and words. Remember we had this conversation? So he said that he wanted to be a part of the process, but his actions were like, no. So you still thought it was a good idea for him to live there? Even though he didn't want to be a part of the process?
Look out.
You watching the words.
You're trying to make a king and ain't worth being a king.
He already showed you who he was.
Everybody makes bad decisions on
but the way she's explaining it.
Everybody up here have made bad decisions in life.
Oh, yeah,
But on this one, him trying to make him a king when he wasn't a king when he stepped to the
What's
gate.
your bad decision?
That
was your bad.
Oh no, I own up, and I take full accountability
There's
for
a
trying to
word.
put.
So then you gotta
see
accept
the good in somebody who wasn't even seeing the good in
But then you
themselves.
have to accept him accusing you to sleep with the milkman. You gotta accuse it.
Hey.
The mailman, the water guy, or who was it? The
Because you opened this up, making him the bad guy, Bookie.
It could have been the guy walking the dog that was handsome. He's gonna accuse you of anything. What I'm saying.
This all played out that he was in your house. Now you try to make him a king. Now as a king, if you tell him the truth, as a real king, he should have took that.
He already let her know he didn't want to be there. He already let her know he didn't want to be there. Hold on a second. It wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered if the cigar ash was a thing, if the shower was a thing. It would have been the way the grass got cut, the way the windows got cleaned,
the way you did
the way you cut the crease in the curb, where you cut the little landscape line. It would have been anything. The man already showed you he didn't want to be there.
Right. That's what I'm
When he didn't want to walk that line with you.
I was about to jump in.
That's why he ain't there now.
Because I seen so many people reach a potential I didn't think they would beforehand. And I don't even mean just in a relationship.
No.
I got to see a whole bunch of people. So that's a learning process I got in. It's easy to say after the fact, like, she shouldn't have did it. What if homie changed the shit around? Then I'm like,
it was working. It was working.
But the flip side, after 7 years, you should have known better than that.
So here's a question to you.
I think 7 years. And I ain't got it in like, yeah, like,
I be holding on to
the topic is toxic. Ain't that toxic? The hope. So sometimes you can come too toxic and come out of here. But inside toxic, that's what it sounds like inside when you be like that. I hope or I think you can.
It's not.
Well, right, that's what I'm saying, Robert.
That's why you got faith.
Well, one at a time.
No, but what I'll say that no, it's not toxic to hope. But the question is, how? Hold on, no. She said it's a toxic to hope.
I didn't say having faith is toxic.
No, Muji. Rob, I'm having your back. Robert, I was backing you up. I was saying that no. She asked. Robert, she asked, "Is it toxic to hope?" I said no. However, no. However, what is the ratio? How many times have this person shown you that they are capable and able to rise to the occasion? Little occasions, medium occasions, big occasions. What has that pattern of behavior look like? How many times has this person showed up for you and you was like, yes? Versus how many times you was like, really? Come on. You couldn't have did that. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you have to look at. Yes, people have the power to rise to the occasion and surprise you. But you have to take into account how the weight
But I want to say
what are the scales on that?
I want to talk to that. I want to talk to the 7 years. So in that 7 years, you have to understand that there was some type of relationship. And in that relationship, some of these things could have been happening. She could have been isolating herself from her family. She could have been in these situations where the communication wasn't there, so that distrust and that honesty comes into play. Sometimes as people, when we get into those relationships, we're so trying to prove that everything else gets overlooked. So the fact that he's coming into this house, that's a nuisance right now, because I'm overlooking that, because I'm trying to get all this other stuff that's in my mind that I'm dealing with together.
And
this is real passionate. Is this personal?
Don't go off of what you just was saying. The definition of toxic is these things all line up. You gave out the definition. All I'm saying is that coincides with it. That's it.
Right. And it's not to say that because we ain't never going to be in a toxic relationship and things are not going to happen that are toxic. It's when do we realize we're in this and how do we let go?
Right. How does it resolve?
Okay, so what I'm saying is we were talking about toxic relationships though, right? And non-toxic. So I ain't saying if you're going to be in it or not. I was just saying the basis of what we're talking about is toxic, and that is a recipe for toxic.
Sometimes I think it's due to some people can't love a person but not get that love back, and they want to love so much, hoping that that person
Yeah,
change.
it's not
And then sometimes it goes to even not just that psyche. It goes to the point that sometimes they're trying to prove to the outside world that this is going to
Or you
work.
get Stockholm syndrome.
That's
I'm
you
guilty.
started the
And I'm guilty of
definition.
that
This
too.
gonna work.
That's
Everybody
the
else is like this
definition.
relationship is
That
fucked.
you
Why don't
out.
you see it? But you want to prove to somebody like I'm gonna make this work. I did it. I got it. I'm gonna reel this in, no matter what everybody else.
Or sometimes it might be the people around you keeping you in it. Like you can't leave him or you can't leave her. Y'all done had these
That might
kids.
be
Y'all
enough.
done built this business. Y'all done bought that house. Y'all can't just leave each other. Y'all gotta figure it out.
Sometimes you gotta
I mean,
That was personal.
The dynamics.
Sometimes too much can happen in a relationship, and you can't bring it back.
Nope.
No matter how good you
Can't
fuck,
take it back.
It
Nope.
don't matter how good anything.
How
you
long
can
your
have
money
a
is,
hell of
the
a
house.
date. You can have 2 goddamn weekends in the Bahamas somewhere. When you come back and reality sets back in, it don't matter how
Yeah.
so
but then again, how do you see and how do you notice that it's a wrap? Like,
Well, you gave a lot of definitions, and
But
usually when
that's
you
what I'm
have-
saying, like, when it-
start going through those
when the
steps.
signs keep
Start going through those
reoccurring,
steps.
it's time.
and
for
then when
exit.
you're ready for it to be a wrap, sometimes the other person ain't ready for it to be a
That's a
wrap.
fact.
So again, it ends up being toxic.
That's what I said.
And that's when you have to sometimes, and it's
That's-
easier said and done for both cases,
Awesome.
male and women. That's when you get enough and enough. And then for most people, it's like, you know when it's enough. Because when you keep going back into it and you finally break away, that's when you say, fuck all this shit, I'm walking
I'm
away.
done.
Everybody has their own point of a breaking point.
It gotta
Once
be
you
like,
reach
it gotta
it,
be like that. And if you really love somebody,
Gotta
and you
let it
really
go.
got love for a person, you gotta have enough love to understand that you're wasting their time.
You gotta love them enough to let them
Yeah,
You
go.
gotta love them enough to love them
Yeah,
go.
all the time.
You don't gotta gain an enemy because we broke up.
exactly.
It's just that we're not
But listen,
compatible.
after
Listen, I
certain
got
amount of
these
years-
brothers. They my
after
friends.
certain
They my
amount of
dogs.
years,
I can go
bro.
hang with them, but we're just not compatible in a relationship. We get along well. There's not an issue. You be like, well, what you do? Not we
Now,
talk.
listen,
too
after a
much.
certain amount of years,
Just
you're
too-
not gonna want to
Just too
start
many
over.
war
Don't
wounds.
nobody want to
I
meet.
can't patch
And
it
that's
up.
where I was at with it.
Some
And
people
right
deal
where
with shit
y'all
that's
was at.
toxic
I was
and
just trying to
balance that
prove
shit out in the long
that it
run
could work.
because you don't want to start over and try to meet a new
Person.
toxic
Yeah,
motherfucker.
it's problem with everybody.
You know what I mean? It is.
I mean,
You
I
gotta
get
be
that.
willing to work on that
That's
toxic.
true.
A nigga
That's
gotta
true.
put his ego down, and the female gotta
What?
be more compassionate. Like, you know, some women can fucking destroy a man's ego.
And you know when you
Go back and forth. You go back and
No,
forth.
but the women hurt us first, and we can hurt them.
I wouldn't say that would be sexy. I would say that
It's not sexy.
I'm saying that we can hurt them.
It's a fact. Listen, if your woman slept with a nigga,
I need to switch.
do you think
I
it'd be
think you
different?
do because
It would be way different than you sleeping with a chick.
Listen, so here, time.
Toxic.
Nobody puts their chips on the table.
Wait, time out. Let's do this. Let's just call a spade a spade. Hurt is hurt. Hurt is
That
hurt.
part.
Either way it
And
goes.
half the problem is nobody puts their whole cards on the table.
And that's it.
And that's the communication.
And that's the communication
Right there,
part.
that breaks everything the fuck up.
Like, if I were to come to somebody and say, you know what, this really hurt me, but I understand the role I played in it, I expect for you to be like, you know what, I kind of fucked up too.
That's it.
That's about accountability.
But a lot of people can't deal with accountability.
That's about
And
accountability.
then at that point, we can make a decision. Are we going to move forward and leave that wherever it was, or
But then that toxic motherfucker be like, I've been waiting for your apology the whole time.
That's entitlement.
That's what that is.
This is what I would say.
If there's no accountability,
This is
then
what
you're
I-
going through the same fucking cycle all over again. Over and
Sometimes the part of that toxic is your point to not be able to say don't. And you're sitting there letting it go. That's toxic. If I keep on, that's like if you go get high and I give you money to go get high every time. I'm supporting you. I'm not really being a help. I'm being a hindrance. I'm an enabler. So you can't be an enabler of it and then be like, well, so that's what you're telling me. You're enabling this type of behavior. So if you're enabling this behavior, you want toxic like me. It seemed like all my relationships had toxic in it. So I told myself I must like some type of toxicity. Like a woman probably got to have some of them traits you talked about, and I'm attracted to it in a way. So it's like, yeah, I like crazy people. Sounds weird, but I'm
it's a shame that you're admitting that.
Equal, but that's not longevity. That's
I
just
like
temporary
toxicity a little bit. I like the ratchet TV.
That's just
I like all this
temporary
stuff. I'm
fun.
into it.
Because we know what crazy lead to.
What do you mean?
Just some fire ass sex and another motherfucking headache in the morning.
Well, I am. Hold on. I am single.
For a lot of people, that is a priority.
That's
That's
the
it.
fucking
That's the
problem
problem.
right there.
That's
They
the
want to
problem.
land there and make that home base, and you can't make that
That's
home
why,
base.
there we go.
Right.
That's why I
That's
said,
the problem.
So since
hold
we
on.
do got a panel of a lot of men, I do want to ask the question. I do want to ask the question because I feel like it comes up in my thought process a lot of times, and I don't know if it comes up in any other female's thought process. You as men say, well, I don't want that type of girl. I don't want that type of girl. I don't want that type of girl. But when we see y'all with that type of girl. So
that go both ways. That's like if I asked you what type, you might say I like a 6'1", high yellow, handsome guy, but then we look at your boyfriend, he's 5'4", dark skin. That don't add up. Like you said, you can watch the words or the actions. I like to watch the actions.
I don't deal with the words.
Yeah, I like to watch the actions. I'm gonna see what you do.
thank you. I want a real answer to that.
He just gave you one.
I don't feel like
I
that's a
gave you a
real
fake answer.
I don't feel like that's
So
a-
I watched a podcast recently, and a guy was so the girl was like, it was like, you know, a mix of men and women, and she was like, you know, y'all only like girls that like BBLs and shit, and they was like, no the fuck we don't like that. She's like, but all over Instagram, over here and there, and that's what y'all like, that's what y'all go after, that's what. So he said, don't get me wrong, it's fun to play with, but I don't want to wife that. Like that's cool to do,
That's the
but
illusion
I
of
don't want to like be with that forever. Like yeah.
That's the illusion of media because BBL.
He's like, it's like going to Miami. Like when you go to Miami, you might rent a Lamborghini or something. He said, you don't want to bring that motherfucker home and try to drive that shit around back at the crib. He said, that's cool to play with out here, but when I go home, I want to try something sensible.
When you play with that, you can play with that and let that go. Because if you keep that, there's maintenance on that ass. You gotta take it to the auto mechanic like a goddamn car. Booty lift, titties, work, the whole nine. It ain't
Body massage.
Make sure you ain't got a
everything.
flat tire, your rims are still ticking, all that shit.
But then
You upgrade.
it's if you look at it, man, it's just the demographics got people saying that that's what you should have, that's what it should be, and a lot of dudes and women are weak-minded to some of this shit, and that's what they gravitate to.
But so my question with that is how. So for instance, you're with that, but your person is right there in your presence, but you with that. So how you gonna get your person if you with that? And that's what you look for.
What you mean?
What you mean? I'm lost about. You got what's
The
your
girls
person?
understood it.
I didn't.
Okay, let me
Break it down, because I didn't. I missed it. It went past me.
But I'm with.
He's saying superficially, y'all are looking out the outer, but really y'all truly desire certain qualities in a woman that you can only find by spending the amount of time that is required to bring those qualities out in that woman. That's what she's saying.
That's an
So
age limit thing.
But it shouldn't be.
That's
Why
a
not?
maturity thing.
You young shit. Why not?
That's a maturity thing.
Women do the same thing.
Yeah.
At a young age.
Yeah.
Man, how many times a lot of
I'm sorry. Wait. Hold on, Angel. Whoa. I'm sorry, Reese.
Good.
Explain that.
No, I'm just saying.
No.
We
I need
all
to hear
make mistakes at a young age. As you get older, you know what you want in a woman.
Yes, you
and a
do.
woman knows what she wants. Y'all meet each other halfway and get that shit right, and
Right.
it work your way to the next
There
level.
you go.
Ain't nobody perfect for each other. There's no perfect mates.
Ain't no
Opposite don't attract. None of that bullshit works. The reality is like you got to put your ego to the side and get to know this motherfucker on a sensitive page. So you can really realize if you can be yourself around that person. If you can't be yourself around that
You don't
person
need to
and
be that
laughing
person.
and giggle and shit,
Then
that
that
motherfucker
ain't
ain't for
that
you.
ain't for
At
yeah,
all.
that ain't for you at all.
Your goal is to smile in the relationship.
Yeah,
not
absolutely.
frown. Like,
Absolutely.
If motherfucker don't make me happy,
Am
Why
I
am I there? Why am I there? Then
that's the first fucking checkpoint.
Right.
Like that's the first check mark on my checklist. If you don't make me laugh or smile like I make you laugh or smile,
Exactly.
our humor is not matching, so we're not gonna go too far.
Facts. Fact. This is not gonna last. This is why I'm still single.
It lasts a little bit.
Yeah, it ain't gonna last.
Bad move.
See, I like to think all the way out the
Now
box.
people can't
now,
accept me
like,
for me.
Bad
we
move.
just keep
I'm a hard thing to accept.
So
Hold on. Cole is saying something. Say that. Go ahead, Cole.
I think I'm at a point where, just real quick, like I did a bunch of fat time, came home, went right to a relationship, had my first 2 children. Now I'm not in a relationship. I think we limit ourselves to. I'm at the point now where it's. I think we just look at monogamy as that, like that's the only right way. Well,
Only
really,
relationship.
that's a Western way of thinking.
Yes,
like,
it
I
is.
could go
Follow
deep,
that.
like I'm well balanced with this shit, but I'm open to exploring however something may be. And I think, like you said, the same way, but it's like I've came across women, they want that safe, secure guy at home, but it's like good girls like bad guys too. Like I'm a street nigga and I'm like, I say book smart, street smart, you know what I mean? Many parts make up our whole. So it's not easy to just be like, oh, this one person is going to be able, because you'll see a motherfucker and their energy just match yours and I ain't even say one word and you feel like you know. Like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. It goes so much deeper than just saying, figure this out, because when I look at the statistics, I don't see a lot of examples of happy couples one-on-one. And like, when they come around, I'm like, oh, they really happy. But
I get to see
with
something.
time in. But what's the percentage-wise? What would you say?
Well, I can't really go off the percentage because there's people close to me, so I get to see great relationships. So I know
percentage-wise of everyone.
I know this. Listen, but I know it's a rarity too, like you're saying. It's not common. It's not a part that matches. So that's something that we all strive for. That's what we all want. But we end up in these situations.
I got a question on that.
Okay,
you say you see all these great relationships, and these are people that are kind of close to you. How do you know they're great relationships? That's your point of view.
Once again, from my visual, I got to watch what you do. Now,
then you can't say it's a great relationship.
That's his perception. He can't say that. That's his perspective.
I'm about to answer your question. I watch my visual. I got 2 eyes I get to see. And I got not a small sample size. I got years and years of sample size that I can assess these things and realize, like, hey, they still together after 1 decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, and they still working. It doesn't matter how the unit looks. They're still a unit. So when I say, damn, they're happy as a unit, however they make it work. I don't know what's going on inside the house, but I can say, goddamn, on the outside of the house, it's nice.
But who makes the determination on if the relationship is great or not?
That's what I'm.
No, but I'm asking you that. Who makes the determination?
They do. The people in the relationship.
Or, I can think your relationship. You don't have to agree with me, but I can think that your relationship is dope as fuck. You don't have to. Perception is reality. If I perceive it, that's my reality.
Some of the problem right there in itself, though. Everybody's worried about what the outside workers think.
I don't give a motherfucker goddamn.
Like, I just got engaged.
I don't give a hot diggity.
But I would not give a flying fuck what y'all thought about me and my relationship. Like, we good and we living all right. What did y'all fucking opinion mean? Y'all ain't at night fucking together, making kids, making dollars with me. So why would I care?
So the reason why I asked that is because we're talking about toxic. And you can say the relationship looks great on the outside, but on the inside, I could be getting physical
and
abuse.
vice versa.
I
know somebody close to me who I think is in a trash relationship. I think the relationship is trash. They think the relationship is fucking spectacular.
There are ways to give out signs because I'm definitely not psychic to know what you're going through when I'm not there. So if every time I walk away, he hit you with a 2-piece, and you never told me every time you walk away, you hit me with a 2-piece, I'll never know.
But it's not none of your business. That's my relationship.
We ain't always got to go to the extreme, too. We can't what if to the worst.
She's saying that if it's inside, that if it's toxic from the inside, how am I making an assessment? Because I can only see the outside.
Because that's his perception.
That's what I'm saying. So
that's all. Perception is reality.
You're still saying if it could be.
No, because she's saying that.
No, I know. I get what you're saying.
I'm saying what I was basically saying is I'm not psychic to know if you don't inform me. If you don't tell me it's going terrible, then I can't see terrible.
Yeah.
But I can also say to you, I don't want you saying my relationship is great.
Okay, but baby,
but then that's talking about you. Your opinion, and that's
what I'm talking about you, Bookie. How did we get here?
No, I'm just saying in general. I'm saying in general. If somebody in a relationship, when you're like, oh, your relationship looks great, if they come up to you and like, I don't want you to say my relationship is great, what would your response be to that? Because you think it's great.
My response would be, it looked great to me because I'm not in one.
No, that means that
however you want to look, it looks better than what I'm doing if y'all together and I'm not. So that's a compliment. So even though you might not accept the compliment, don't mean I can't give you one.
But the only time somebody gonna compliment you is if your actions show that.
Thank you.
Actions always.
You out here fronting like the shit is groovy.
But again,
it's groovy.
Do you know how many women out here are actually fronting that they're happy?
But you know,
I can never know that answer. I can never know.
Exactly my point. So your perception, you're saying
perception is reality, though.
We know.
Perception is reality.
But you just hit it on the
if
head,
I think,
and then everybody else who's viewing it besides just your man,
exactly.
And that's the problem,
right?
Perception is reality.
But that's what I'm saying.
You care about my opinion, but that's your man's opinion. That's toxic.
But I agree, it's a perception. Because your perception and Joey's down the street perception might be totally different because y'all might see two totally different things.
But perceptions is only views. They don't mean nothing.
They don't.
So that's what he's just trying to say. The world's going to always have a perception, but you should be concerned about what your significant other thinks about, not everybody else.
So if I see some shit, man, get your ass in the car, shut the hell up. Oh, but our relationship great. I'm supposed to understand, like,
she
right
might
on.
like that.
There you go.
She might like that.
We talk to each other like
She
that.
might like that.
All
She might
right.
like that.
And she might. I'm like, all right.
That might be like you say with one of your homies, and the girl comes out like, man, get your bitch ass up here. I'm trying to go. And you looking like, you gonna let her talk to you? Yes, I'm out. I'm going upstairs. It's all about.
I was gonna say I had a cousin who he had a relationship with his lady, and he called her the B word all the time. I thought that was the most disgusting thing I had ever seen. But at the end of the day, she was not complaining, and she was extra cool with it. So my opinion of that bullshit didn't matter because I didn't have to live in it or live with it. They was good.
Hold on, here goes the
I'm
thing.
great.
Hold on, here goes the thing. She might have really been a bitch and know it. Sorry, you need to call me.
That's
a bitch.
just how he spoke.
Like a
Everybody
nigga.
let the
There's
B
dudes that you might gotta call a nigga. Hey,
No, I don't think I would like to be
well,
around
I mean,
that.
ain't you single?
Absolutely.
I cannot. I'm gonna go to bed.
That's why.
I'm gonna go to bed.
There's some niggas out here.
And there's some bitches out there. No offense to the women, but there are. Sometimes they earn that title. I'm just telling you.
I'm gonna go to bed. I'm not gonna do it.
Over a year, especially in this day and time, because it changed a whole lot. I don't put no shit in a box. Like nobody wrong or right. Everybody wired so differently.
Opinions.
Because I came across women who they get turned on, like things that got admitted to me is shit that I used to look down on, but then they express whatever they pass is or what they just how they wire. It's like one person turn off is another person turn on.
Yeah, like somebody you chose the bitch. You chose the female in sex.
Wait a minute. How
Right.
is it?
But I'm just giving him an example. I'm just giving him an example. He says some things he's getting turned. Females are saying that he's getting turned on by, but he might look down on. I was just bringing up an example. Some guys don't choke women. Some women love.
You got to know how to do it correctly.
But never mind. Now I just watched.
I was just
Hold on. I just watched a reality show where the girl was like, I was with a man. You know, I was married to a man for 14 years, and I had 4 kids by me, and they never made me come. Right? And they did a flashback to them arguing in the bedroom, and she was like, I've been asking you for years to do stuff for me that you like. You don't talk dirty to you in the bedroom. I don't want to talk dirty to you. So like, that's what I was like, damn, bro, you just voted. You just dropped the bag. You didn't even care.
So, I mean,
You got a little red mark on your neck now.
Hey, that's hair dye.
so the thing about this is what basically Cole said is to open the minds up to other people's opinions. Our opinions are not always, they're right to us, but they're not right to other people. And we want to be able to give other people the opinion to have their opinion. Like, okay, my dog, I might not agree with that, but it's cool that you think that way. Like, I'm either rock with you or I'm move to the side. And
talking about Asian.
Because these fucking new schoolers got too many fucking opinions. That old school shit was the shit. The man go to work and the woman stay in the home and cook the goddamn
We
dinner.
was being raised, only motherfuckers in the kitchen had an opinion. If you wasn't in the kitchen with the adults, you had no
what you cooking?
The man came home and gave the woman the paycheck and said, baby, give me $50. I'm going down to the bar. I'll be back.
Yeah.
And she take care of everything.
But I mean, again, this is it's modern, what they call it, modern civilization or whatever you want to call it. I mean,
The best way I look at it, dealing with a relationship and people all the way around, I try to put people at neutral. Neutral is a balance where it ain't for me to put you at a high scale, because I'll put you up there and you do some old fucked up shit in the relationship, or as a friend, then I'm gonna be mad as fuck that I put your ass up there.
Yeah.
So I put you at neutral. It's on you how you carry yourself.
You gotta trust people to be.
I was just in a conversation on Facebook where they were for the 50-50 thing. Like, people love talking about that 50-50. And I honestly don't believe in it. I don't believe in 50-50 relationships.
50-50
relationship in general. I
Y'all
don't.
make just as much money as we make.
No, I'm not even talking money wise because
that's what I was about to say. The 50-50 you talking about financial.
it can mean everything. It's broad. It's broad because if I'm meeting a certain type of expectation financially, now the expectation for you is to do what I asked you to do.
What?
No.
What the fuck? You sound like a
Let me give you the example. The example was if I go out and work and I pay all the bills and I'm providing for you everything that you need. When I come home or whenever I asked you to, for instance, if I want a sandwich at 3 a.m., you should do that.
Fuck out of here.
But why would
I was drunk by what?
So here's what pisses me off. Hold on.
So do you accept it in reverse? So if your man did everything inside you in the house, do he get to tell you what you want to do?
Hold on.
Crazy.
Hold on. So
Right.
hold on.
Mooch, let her speak.
Robert.
I was
I'm
talking. You
sorry.
ain't got to cut me out when I speak. Let me finish. Now we can go.
Hold on.
You turning cherry red.
Hold on.
I got on the cherry red.
I think first of all, I saw the same post, and I think the post gets taken out of context. What was said was, if your man, basically is the sole provider for everything, there should be no issue with him asking you for a sandwich at 3 a.m. Is literally the way it was put. And so a lot of that got taken, women hear shit in.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Okay.
Keywords.
So again, my mind works a lot differently. Somebody resonated like it's an abuse of power. Because if I'm asleep and you wake me up to make you a sandwich at 3 o'clock in the morning, you're abusing your power because you're only waking me up because you can. Somebody else felt a different way. Somebody else felt a different way. Somebody else felt a different way. How I resonated that if we're up chilling, right? 3 o'clock in the morning, we kicking it, watching the TV, watching the movie, whatever, and your stomach go wow, wow, and you're like, babe, you go make me a sandwich.
Yeah, we are different.
No fucking Hold on.
If I'm hungry, you better get up.
Hold on, wait a minute. Again, that's a different dynamic as well, though.
That is.
If your man is out working and he works odd hours, you already know that he's going to come in the house hungry. Whether this is my perception. Whether he's the sole provider or not, he about to walk through this door at 3:45 a.m. You should already be prepared to see that he has reached home and is comfortable now that he has reached there. That's me, though. That's Carlisa, right? I can't make nobody else feel that way. But that's how I resonate that in my mind. There is no issue, whether he's the sole provider or not. If I can fulfill whatever that need is, you best believe there's some dusty, nappy-head, tack-head, rotten kitchen bitch down the street that is more than fucking willing. Yes. So keep creating spaces for the extra, and you cannot cry when extra come knocking at your door.
Description of a woman that probably every man right here is looking for. You gave a description of there all day they do is this. That's why you was somebody's wife.
But
you will marry something like that. But you know how hard that is to find somebody that's going to think about you while you got around.
It's a key thing, not to work harder, work smarter. If you already know that, I'm gonna prepare all this stuff. So once I go to sleep, all your shit is laid out
in the kitchen, in the microwave, in the oven, in the fridge, with a nice note attached.
But again,
eat your food, come get it.
But again, that is what I'm saying is that is the thought process of some people. Some people think like, and for some people, it's no expectation. Like, why are you walking into a relationship with expectations? Let this person be who they authentically are, and if y'all gel together, y'all gel together.
Expectations is a way of life, though. Everybody got expectations.
Sometimes
be them reasonable or unreasonable.
Kill everything.
Hold on, though. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Hold on. I'm gonna say this. If I am accustomed to thinking and believing things a certain way, right? That does not mean the beauty of knowledge is that it's infinite, right? Every day is a new opportunity to learn and experience something new. So just because I believe it has to be, don't mean when I date you, I'm not going to be able to see it a little differently, right? Who I was to Joe is not who I'm going to be to Tony. Who I was to Tony is not who I'm going to be to Mike. Each of these people are going to have a different experience of me based off of my experience of them. Right? I may be the most undomesticated woman there ever was, but you may make me want to just do that shit. I may be the most domesticated woman there ever was, and you may make me not want to do none of that shit. It is going to vary person to person and experience to experience. We all think that we who we is until we get to somebody to make us a new who we are.
That's why I'm toxic. Because I give every woman.
That's what I'm talking. That's why I'm talking. Thank you for admitting it. Thank you for admitting it. Because that was going to be my next thing is that everybody on here, do you believe that you're toxic, or did you have some toxic things going on in your life that you would be willing to admit to? Like that, that was toxic.
Everybody's been toxic.
You went through the whole 9 things. I told you that was my ex-wife, but you thought I was bullshit.
Hold on, though. When we first started talking about doing this topic, I did not resonate abusive relationships as toxic.
Really?
They were two totally different things for me.
Seriously?
Abuse was abuse and toxicity was toxicity. I did not correlate the two together as the same thing.
Abuse is right under there. That's
For Lisa did not put them two things together. You see, they were two totally different things.
Subcategory of toxic.
Hold on, because I have been in an abusive relationship. And I would maintain that in one of those relationships, I did nothing to warrant the treatment that I got. He beat me so that he can maintain control of and over me, right? If I was not allowed to have my own mind whatsoever, and he would kill me to make sure that that was something that was understood and maintained.
Let me ask you.
So for me, that's not toxic because it's not going both ways. In my mind, toxicity is mutual combat. This wasn't mutual combat. Now, in my next abusive relationship, you motherfucking right. I'll be damned, nigga. They been here beating on me. Now what's up?
Another abusive
Now we are advocacy. Now we gonna level this playing field a little bit.
But you want another abusive relationship? Wouldn't that be? I'm just asking.
Well, first of all, I didn't go in knowing I was gonna be in an abusive relationship. I got pregnant and that motherfucker flipped on me.
Well, I'm just saying.
But what I wasn't about to do was be another victim. If it's up, it's up. I ain't no punk.
And if it's up,
you
know what, Reese? I can stay. He said that's why they women bigger than me no more. I cannot stay. You gonna get ready to
what? So look at the chick. I had to hold the groceries, can't grab groceries because it might be a fight.
We about to close out. We'll start at the end, Mr. Montana. You got anything coming up you'd like for us to know about? Tony.
More Smoked Out Shout Out podcast coming. 30 and Up Boys YouTube channel. Like, subscribe to the channel. We moving. Yeah, there's Fire Food Show coming top of the year. We got.
Where would that be?
Where is that at?
Just on a different restaurant.
So y'all are going like
on some food network.
Yeah. Hey, I'm a fat guy. I like eating and I eat everywhere.
Right. I would like to participate in the food thing.
I eat out every day.
Like.
Tune into the channel. More stand-ups coming top of the year. Appreciate all the love and support from everybody. If you know me, you know me. Appreciate you.
All right.
Cool
Cool poetry. Yeah, man. I got something coming January 20th. It's going to be like a collaborating with Jamila's Creations. But right before the show, found out the venue ain't, you know what I mean? But it's going to be poetry, fashion, singing, R&B, 90s things, giving away cash.
Before we flip to the next person, are y'all doing another Love and Lust this coming year?
Yeah, every Valentine's Day.
I'm just asking.
Love and Lust, explain that. What's the Love and Lust?
He and my brother and a couple other people, they're a bunch of poets that get together and they put on a Valentine's Day poetry show.
Yeah, I like that.
Bring them out.
So,
Hey, it's your boy comedian Al Boogie, also known as a pimp named Slim, and we got merchandise from the 30 and Up Boys coming out. We got Smoked Out Shout Out merchandise. We got Mental Pro Tag merchandise coming out. We got that 30 and Up Boys merchandise coming out, and we gonna keep producing hot shit. So I need all support from PA, all y'all right here. Support, hit that subscribe button. We got much love to y'all. Show that love back, and we gonna keep putting PA on the map and everything else. So I got mad love to y'all. Peace.
Cool Reese.
That was a lie. How you gonna follow that?
Cool.
How you gonna follow that?
Man in the posse. That's the industry man in the crew.
That's it.
But it's your boy Cool Ass Reese 130 and 30 and Up Boys, man. Check us out, Smoked Out Shout Out Podcast, and check my first live podcast. My first live show coming up this Thursday at the Steel City Sports Bar and Grub, 1216 Road Run Avenue on the north side, the old Rumors.
Yeah.
We'll be there at 7:30, and I'm be interviewing the Marshalls. Whole family of strong black people. They one of the first black. Well, I don't know if the first, but it's one of the prestigious black spots on the north side. There used to be a white man's bar, so we want to support.
Rumors is called what?
The
now?
old Rumors. It's called Steel City Sports Bar and Grub.
Steel City Sports Bar. Okay.
Yep.
Selena, Miss Selena, you got anything going on, honey?
Boogie skates.
Boogie Skates, you know what I'm saying? Got some things coming up in 2024. Don't want to put it out there just yet, this future.
All right.
Yeah, you got to keep it to yourself.
Mr. Robert.
Yeah, like her campaign's about to pop up. Don't know what it is. Know what to do, I'll let you know.
All right, man.
Hey, beautiful. What you got going on?
I do taxes, so if y'all need y'all more taxes, come holler at me, okay? That's about it, because I'm just about my coin, okay? And I'll get you the national refund, okay? Period.
You want to give me extra 2,000?
I mean, come on at me.
What is the
Right?
social
I do
flex?
international taxes, so if you in France, what's up? If you in Spain, whatever. Hold on, I'm gonna
All right, we gonna get ready to close out.
So for the social flex, we have our first live show of the year going to be February 23rd at the normal location. So if you know what that is and where it is, I assume that you shall be there. We are still looking for vendors. This year, this episode is going to be called Battle of the Sexes. So we're going to tackle the perspective that men have about women and that women have about men. And we're going to see if we can have a healthy conversation about it.
Well, you want to do that, everybody be in love.
After Valentine's Day,
Don't do
though.
it before.
Right after it. We're going to let y'all, we're going to get your love and your lust.
Might as well do it.
And then you're going to spin around, and then we're going to battle it. We're going to battle it out.
One good day, go back to the motherfucking water roses.
So that'll be February 23rd. We are still looking for looking for vendors currently. So if you or somebody you know does any type of vending, has any type of merchandise or swag that they sell, we're looking for you to come out, put up a table at our event. And then we're still accepting submissions for episodes for next season. We have about 7 or 10 in the works right now, but we're still looking for more. So if you have a topic you think will be a hot click for us, reach out to myself or Sierra or the Social Flex group and let us know what your thoughts are.
Because we're rolling the dice this next season. We're just going to roll the dice.
We also have a Google form that you can find in the group that's going to be the submissions for the questions for Battle of the Sexes. So if you could take time out of your schedule and real quick fill that out for us so we know what the talking points of that show is going to be. Don't leave it up to our imagination because... Don't do that. Don't do that. Help us.
You guys be rolling.
We are still looking for sponsors. If you have a business and you would like to get a little spot, we're definitely looking for sponsors. We're also still doing our etiquette series. Mm-hmm. So if you have a business, a clothing line, if you're an entrepreneur and you want to showcase your business, we definitely could come out and give you the platform to do that. I like to say that this was our last episode of season 2. So this was a very successful episode. I want to thank everyone on the panel for joining. And I also would like to thank all of our guests throughout the season for coming on and supporting the show. 1028 Podcast Studios, Corey Oshai, definitely would like to thank him for giving us a platform and a space to put our stuff out. What was the other thing that we at Nobleman's with Bernard? What was that? The live stream.
Oh, his let's talk about sex too, but we haven't put that in.
It's not fun.
Yeah, that's not sex talk. But real so quick, shout out to you, Mr. Robert. Because you always come through in the clutch.
Yes.
You be needing somebody, you be right there on time. Even though you be trying to slander us a little bit, we love you.
We love you.
We love you.
I love y'all back.
All right, so that you know, we said it publicly for the world to know. We love Robert.
And this show need to be 2 hours. An hour ain't enough.
It is not. It is not. That is something to definitely think about going forward.
Thank you.
But thank you, Cole. Appreciate it.
I think when y'all do the award section, y'all should have them on separate sides.
I did. We are. We're going to divide the room.
We had the panels each on separate sides.
Yeah, we're going to divide the room, the men and the women, and we're going to see what we can do.
It's got to be a
You come on out.
You want
Bring us together.
no, we are.
My opinion.
We're going to come back together, but we're going to start separate.
We're going to start separate.
We're gonna blend it
At
back.
the end of the night, we're going to bring it back.
We're gonna blend it
There's
back.
a method to the madness. Trust me.
You know I do.
I just don't want to participate.
I don't want no part of that early part.
Come on, don't be like that.
There's a method. There's a method to the madness. There's a method to the madness.
Like having a 50-50 woman and a feminist male